What if I told you your pets are building a crypto empire while you think they're just chasing their tails? As I was sitting on the couch using my laptop, looking for YouTube videos, bam! A thumbnail of a math whiz horse pops up. And suddenly, you're wondering if your feline overlord, the illustrious Mr. Alejandro Murderpaws, might be secretly solving quadratic equations while you sleep. Now, before we get too excited about Fluffy balancing your checkbook, let's rewind about 120 years. There was a horse in Berlin named Clever Hans who got everyone's lederhosen in a twist because he could seemingly do arithmetic, tapping out the solutions to addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division problems with his hoof, the whole 9 yards. People were losing their schnitzel over this equine Einstein. But hold your horses, pun absolutely intended, because some killjoy psychology student came along and proved Hans was just really good at reading human cues. Talk about a one-trick pony, am I right? The incident entrenched skepticism about animals' numerical capabilities. But don't despair, animal lovers. Science has come a long way since then, and it turns out our furry and not so furry friends aren't total numerical nimrods. Take bees, for example. These buzzy little overachievers can count up to 4 landmarks when they're out looking for that sweet, sweet nectar. It's like nature's own GPS system, minus the annoying voice telling you to make a U-turn. So, what's the buzz about animal math skills? It's called numerical cognition, fancy talk for the ability to perform basic arithmetic, like addition and subtraction, and understand concepts like more or less. It's not exactly calculus, but hey, neither is what most of us remember from high school.
7 times 6, 49, 42, 30 something, I don't know.
Let's talk monkeys. Scientists put pieces of food in a box and removed some while the monkeys watched. Even though the monkeys couldn't see how many were left, these primates kept mental track like tiny, furry accountants. They knew when the food was gone without seeing inside. It's like they've got a little abacus in their heads. This indicates that monkeys have the ability to process numbers to inform their actions. And don't even get me started on baby chicks. These fluffy little nuggets can add and subtract in their heads without any training. When shown 2 groups of objects, one with 3 balls and the other with 4, if you hide some of the balls behind a screen, the chick still knows which group has more, even without seeing them. So, chicks can add and subtract in their heads without needing training. The ability to count is not something that is taught to us, but instead is something every organism's brain has evolved to learn for survival. It's enough to give you an existential crisis about your own math skills. Like, am I smarter than a chicken? The jury's still out on that one, folks. But how far can animals count? Well, that's where numerosity comes in. It's like the animal kingdom's version of ballparking it. You know, like when you look at a pile of laundry and just know it's more than 2 loads without actually counting each sock. So there you have it, folks. Animals can count, but they're not about to take over Wall Street anytime soon. Unless, of course, Mr. Alejandro Murderpaws has been holding out on you. Maybe check your stock portfolio, just in case.